Hello and welcome into another episode of Grit, a hockey podcast. We have 5 excited Avalanche fans here, ready to shit on the Blues' graves.
You described me very ineffectively.
Okay, how should I describe you, Jake?
I'm not excited, or an Avs fan.
Okay.
Okay. I'm a New York Rangers fan.
Okay.
Always have.
Is Igor better? Is that? Do you think that maybe that's the case? That Igor is better?
Yeah, Igor better.
Okay. My name's Dakota. I'm here with Jake, noted Rangers fan, the only Rangers fan on the cast. I don't know why he's here. I'm also joined by Indy.
Hello.
Devin.
How's it going?
And,
I'm dead.
And Edmonton Oilers superfan, Dylan.
No. Playing like
No.
bitches. Both
Yeah, I'm
games,
very much angry at them.
I fucking hate it.
So last week you said that you got the feeling that these playoffs would just be like the anti-redemption arc for every team in the league, where as the story goes on, you hate them more.
Yeah, my character arc of hating everyone is progressing.
I mean, listen, they've given you reason to.
Yeah, plenty of it. I wish I didn't have to hate everybody, but I guess it's the rule.
That last game really did it for me.
Yeah. So before we head into the Edmonton series, we have 2 games in that Blues series that we haven't talked about. So essentially, Game 5 in Colorado versus the Blues was something that we were ready to, go full emo mode about until they won the game afterwards. Because that game was awesome. The Avs were up 3-0. Blues pushed back. Nathan McKinnon was like, bitch, no you don't. And then the Blues were like, well, actually we do. And then they won.
See, I brought out the secret weapon for that game. And even that was not enough, because my secret weapon is my friend, who whichever game we go to has a metric fuck ton of goals go in. And I did not calculate that a metric fuck ton of goals will go in on both sides.
True. But yeah, in Game 5, that Nathan McKinnon goal is so fucking cool, and I'm really glad that I can go back and be like, look at that goal. I'm happy about this. And not just like...
That goal was really tight.
But that game, I was angry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now I can be less angry.
Yep. It was looking like, oh no, we are Leafs West. And then, no, turns out we are Leafs Best.
It's Caps West, but okay.
Listen, hockey fans are dumb. You have to use their terminology, but they're wrong.
Every time somebody's like, they're Leafs West. No, Leafs West is if you can't get past the first. Both the Hurricanes and the Avalanche were just copies of the Capitals, where the second round was their fucking demon.
But the Avalanche conquered that demon thanks to a last-second goal by Darren Helm and 2 goals by one Timothy Comfer. And the Avs once again proved that the Blues ain't shit.
Yes.
Couldn't have happened to a more deserving team, in my opinion. I guess what I'm trying to say is, fuck the Blues.
Yeah, FTB.
Yeah, I agree.
That's my mantra.
Kadri did nothing wrong. Eat shit for life, Bennington.
I agree with all of these statements. Yes.
Rip Bozo.
Oh, as soon as the injury report came out for the Blues, it's like Shen had multiple broken ribs, a fucking half a leg missing, and I just sat there and was like, I don't know, he kept going out there playing like a fucking asshole. I'm surprised he was that fucked up.
Yeah.
Actually, I didn't see the injury report.
Oh, that was the only injury I saw, and he was fucked.
So apparently there was, I can't remember what team I don't remember if it was for the Blues or the Flames, but there was a guy that was playing that had quote, no, not the shoulder shit. But there was a player that had quote multiple broken ribs or multiple rib injuries.
That's Shin.
This is like,
he
damn.
he had multiple broken ribs.
Like,
And I
goddamn.
sat there and just, oof. Feel bad.
He
Feel
broke
bad
him
for
when he
I know.
missed the camera in the fucking penalty box.
Yeah, he tried to do to that camera what hockey players were doing to him in these playoffs, and he failed horribly.
Well, I also heard he went into the playoffs with those broken, like with some of those broken ribs, and
Oh,
then
damn.
more got broken. So
That seems like maybe you shouldn't be able to do that, but you know.
I mean, just like Leon shouldn't be able to go take a bunch of painkillers and play a broken ankle.
Listen, only because it benefits my team, he should definitely be able to do that. Definitely.
It is
Well-
like you to cheer for the injury of another person.
well, no, the thing is, he still goes out there and gets to have gets to have chances at the net. While if he was injured, like actually out, you know, some random scrub of that team that is garbage would have to slide up.
See, so I'm just
And then the
thinking.
bottom of that team gets even worse.
I'm just thinking with that like leg injury, there's just been multiple times in this series now that they are playing against the Oilers that an Avalanche player has the puck and is trying to exit like a zone or break into the offensive zone, and Leon Draisaitl's the defending player, and he either one loses the fucking race because he's on a broken ankle, or two, he has to attempt to tackle the Avalanche player because he cannot keep up. And I feel like a person in a situation like that is less useful than, I don't know, some like your 13th best forward.
You're saying this.
Your
You're
best
saying
shooter.
this. Yeah, hold on, listen. He had 5 3-point games in a row. The fuck are you talking about?
I was about to say
ain't shit.
his shooting ability is so damn good. You're fine with him being on a bum ass leg.
How many points did he get last game?
Well, how many points did fucking Connor
That's
McDavid
irrelevant.
get? That's not. It doesn't matter.
That's completely
many-
irrelevant. The point
How
you're
many
trying to
points
make
did
is
he
flawed
score
when he has
against the Flames?
billions of points.
Because of Connor McDavid.
It's because of both of them, dog.
Put me on a line with Connor McDavid, I will have 5 3-point games in a row.
Put you on a line with Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. The amount of third.
I am
Secondary
a fat
assist
ass
you will
who's never
get.
skated in his life, and if I
The
can get the
amount-
puck to McDavid, I will get a point in the NHL.
Yeah.
My brother in Christ, a hockey stick is too heavy for those noodle arms.
Exactly. You got it. And yet, if I make that pass to McDavid, my stats are going to get so boosted. I'm going to get so
I can
carried.
assure you, you won't make that pass.
I'm pretty sure you'll look worse than Darnell Nurse making multiple horrible passes to people right in front of him.
All I'm saying is fuck Leon Draisaitl. That's it. That's the podcast. Thank you for joining in, everybody.
That's right. Envious leaders.
But no, so real quick before we like get into more of the nitty-gritty of this Oilers series, let's talk about the 2 series that were still going on when we were recording last time. The Oilers and the Flames. The Flames just self-imploded like they do every year. Honestly, I'm surprised that they're not considered to be Leafs West, because they win series, but they have a lot of first round exits, and their second rounds never look pretty. And I don't think that team is built to succeed right now, even if like the skill is there.
Johnny Gaudreau fucking is an embarrassment.
One of the best regular seasons for that franchise ever. Playoffs? Oh my god.
They quite literally sat there and like, hey, we have a bunch of fucking really good players, have multiple 100-point fucking year players on that top line, and then just you sit there and look at them in the playoffs and you go, why are you guys just vanishing against the Stars?
They vanish.
And then they
that team
barely
vanishes.
beat they just barely beat the Stars because the Stars were only a goaltender. And then the Oilers ran by and were like, hey, we don't have a goaltender, so it should be easier for you to get goals. And game one, the Flames were like, hell yeah, it's a lot easier to get goals. And then the rest of that series played out, and they're like, huh, Markstrom, are you good back there? Why are you just nothing with Swiss cheese back there, buddy?
Yeah,
Oh, it's just
just
that entire team vanished.
even if Markstrom plays bad, the Flames should be good enough to give goal support much better than they did. And a large part of that is that their core, you see it a lot with that team in the playoffs. They just, as soon as shit starts to go bad, they shrink.
Like, during the fucking game the series ending goal, you literally see Gaudreau just go like, I'm not gonna go chase that. I'm not gonna attempt to go get that puck. I'm just gonna let McDavid just do what he does because I'm just done.
Yeah. Or
He literally just looked like he was like, all right, I fully checked out. We got this OT and I'm done. I want to go home. Want to play golf.
Or you see Gaudreau try to recreate the same exact shot that he used to beat Ottinger in Game 7 overtime.
Hey, he eventually scored it.
He eventually scored it, but how many times does he have to sit at the goal line and just be like, oh, I gotta get a low danger shot, and okay, well, let me just take this low danger shot chance again. Oh, no, that one didn't go in. Give me another one. I will eventually get this low danger shot in. And the Oilers are just like, dude, if you just want to shoot from the goal line and just make that be the only thing that you're gonna do this game, then that's cool by us.
I just remember the only reason why I wouldn't, because if I remember, it went off to Chuck's ass and then in.
Yeah.
Because he missed. He didn't even get it onto Smith. He just completely missed and went off to Chuck's ass and under Smith's leg because Smith was playing the post to stop the fucking bullshit shenaniganery from the goal line.
Yeah. That team has the skill and the physical toughness to be dangerous in the playoffs. They just need the right voices in the room to get everybody on the same page. Because I think that the leadership in place right now in Calgary just isn't enough to keep people rowing the boat when things get tough. When the waves get choppy and shit goes to shit, it just doesn't seem like people keep working at it on that squad.
I can guarantee you that's probably why Giordano wasn't, protected and was probably told management, hey, I need to get the fuck out of here because this room sucks.
Yeah, so I don't think it was Gio's fault, but I could definitely see how he might be
no, yeah. I don't think it's Gio's fault. I think he saw the issues in that room, especially after the 2019 series against the Avs, where again their top line vanished. Tkachuk had 1 goal, Gaudreau had 0, Monahan had 0. If I remember, it was literally just I think their third line was their best in that series, and then Mike Smith.
Yeah.
And I think he literally sat there, and after the 2020 and 2021 season, he was just like, bye.
Yeah. What it comes to for me is that team has what it takes in a lot of areas, but not in some of the ways that it counts. And it'll take them proving me wrong before I believe in them. And until then, I just forever doubt. That's just going to be my default. And then the other series, Carolina versus New York, went to 7. New York wins.
No, home team doesn't win.
Yeah. I don't know. That series definitely felt like Carolina's to lose, and they lost it.
I messaged you, and I was like, we were right to not know much about them and think they weren't that special, despite their regular season success. Because watching that team, holy fuck.
I will say, Zibanejad and Kreider have been on a fucking tear. So.
Zibanejad and Kreider have been good. Igor's been really good. Adam Fox has made some really good setup plays.
Well, I was about to say, the elimination games against Pittsburgh and then the elimination games against Carolina, Adam Fox has looked really fucking good.
Yeah.
And then their kid line, as they're calling it, hasn't been a complete fucking no-show the entire playoffs.
No,
so that's
been getting better.
I was about to say that's been actually very surprising, and I'm actually kind of sitting there looking at them against Tampa Bay and going like, I am a little scared.
Well, so that kid line, for those who don't know, is Alexis Lafreniere, Capo Caco, and Philip Hedl. Like Philip Hedl is 22 and he's the oldest person on that line. And they have been mostly underperforming up till these playoffs. The playoffs started and they got really good, and it added depth that nobody knew was there to their team. And that has been one of their biggest X factors these playoffs, because now they've got two really good lines and then a whole bunch of solid role players at the bottom six. They're also like, you know, there was no expectation for them going into these playoffs. They were already ahead of schedule because they were a rebuilding team. They were not expected to like do good, and now here they are in the Eastern Finals, beating the ever-living fuck out of the Lightning so far. Like, it's just a whole bunch of like people that shouldn't be there versus the reigning champs. The Rangers are feeling themselves, and you know it should be this way in an ideal world, right? But I'm looking at it as somebody who is rooting for the Avalanche, who are in the West. I'm like, okay, well, if we make it past the Oilers, I don't know who I want out of the East. It seems like a damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of situation.
Yeah, no, because the Rangers today just snapped Tampa Bay's 19 in a row after game losses. They win streak.
Yeah, the
so now
Lightning don't lose twice in a row in the playoffs since like the beginning of 2020. Now they do.
Yeah, I was about to say that that curse has been ripped away. Yeah, I don't know, because Igor looks really, really good, and then I will be fair, I didn't really pay attention to how those games ended up the way they did. I just saw the absolute shit kicking of game one score, and then I watched a little bit of today's game.
Yeah,
but yeah, I didn't really see how the fucking bread was made with these two games.
It just seems like a bunch of the guys on the Lightning are old and hurt.
Like they've the story that everybody kept walking into with every series. Oh, Tampa Bay, they played a lot of games. We're going to be tired and exhausted, and it's they beat the Leafs in 7.
I honestly don't put any stock to the like. Well, they've played 4 series like 2 years in a row, so like they played more hockey than it. Like, dude, they had entire summers off in between then. Like, it's fine. Like, chill. But
no, they had
and weird
summers.
COVID breaks. Like,
yeah. Well, yeah, no. My thing is they also don't play the regular season as hard as any other team does.
No, they kick it into neutral during the regular season. Like, they're fine.
They literally give Vasilevsky a couple games, and then they go like, all right, backup goalie, you're not getting to play during the playoffs whatsoever unless Vasilevsky dies. So we're just gonna play you in the regular season.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, just like it's the unexpected success story in New York versus the champs looking to three-peat. The Lightning are down 2-0 right now, but I don't count them out. But they definitely have to bring it harder than they have in these first 2 games. Yeah, so over to the Colorado series.
Yoy.
Who?
The Avs are good, it turns out. This should come as a surprise to nobody. But I get the feeling that there's more than one Oilers fan who's like, huh, the fuck?
No, actually, the Avs suck and their fan base suck because at a 6 p.m. starting, the building wasn't filled already.
No. What you're forgetting is that the refs gifted them the first 2 games.
Yeah.
I can argue that first game. Not that second game when you play like fucking.
I don't think you can argue the first game. I know lots of people try to argue the first game. I will not stand for it.
Well, no. The only way.
No. Shut up, Dakota.
The Rangers superfan has something to say. Didn't say anything about his Rangers.
I was eating my I have chicken lettuce wraps. They're good.
It's like, fuck you guys.
Nothing
I'm
interrupts my Rangers fandom other than chicken lettuce wraps.
True, dude. No, listen. I understand the rule is the way it is, and that they have precedent and have called this way before. But I think the way they define possession is fucking at their own discretion, and in this case, they did discuss that him having the puck 2 inches in front of his stick, not counting as possession, was like the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life.
But
I will say
counterpoint.
I will.
So people are saying that violates the spirit of the rule. That's what they said. That offside call, right? Is this like, oh, possession? Just the spirit of the rule feels violated. My counterpoint is the spirit of the rule is that they don't want teams cheating by having people 50 feet off sides when a play's coming in. So the spirit of the rule is that Valeri Nichushkin should have no impact on that play, and he definitely fucking doesn't. So the letter of the rule,
that's fine, and I agree.
Everything is intact.
See, that's fine, and I agree with that, right? This guy had nothing to do with the play. This was offside barely like 2 minutes ago after a bunch of extended zone time, right? Like,
yeah.
I hold that opinion. But the people who are acting all smug and are like, man, can you believe people think this is bullshit? I knew this was right the whole time.
Well, yeah.
Are like, shut up, dude.
I truly do not agree with anybody who picks the like mega smug side of either side of this argument. Because I sit there like, if you want to call it offsides, I'm going to be like, all right, did he impact the play? No, cool. It shouldn't fucking matter. And it's like, well, I knew that was part of the rule. And it's like, did you though? Do you really fucking know that? Shut up.
So here's
I swear
the deal.
to God, if they keep that offside, you're not going to have a single person come in and be like, no, the puck was 2 inches off his stick because of the way they call possession in literally every other situation in the game.
Yes. I understand it because in the moment I was like, oh, this is offside. That sucks. This rule is stupid. I hate everything. Right? I understand where people are coming from. But I also understand that there is precedent for it, that the rules do allow for it. I also understand that hockey rules are fucking stupid and nebulous and they don't make sense and nobody ever knows what's happening. This is another facet of that. But ultimately, what it comes down to, the thing that I care about the most is did the team that scored get an advantage because the fucking like refs fucked up? And to an extent, yes, because of the ensuing power play. But also, no. Like, Nichushkin had nothing to do with that play. Makar just went bar down on fucking Mike Smith. The offside had no impact on that. Like,
essentially what Friedman was saying was that he got texts from a ton of players.
Yeah.
All of them saying that was offside. He got texts from a ton of
video
code.
Yeah.
And also, I was going to say, he got a text from a bunch of team people who were like, that shit was offside as fuck. The only people who said that shit was onside were video coaches.
Yeah, who are supposed to know the rules.
Video coaches and GMs, because 32 Thoughts, he also said GMs were like, oh no, it's onside.
But so essentially, get fucked the video coach for the Oilers.
Oh yeah,
Brett Heimlich, you are not, sir.
Your peers have conferred, and you've been found wanting.
Oh, also, so my thing was, I walked away from my seat as that happened, because I was like, 30, like the Oilers goal went in, and I was like, cool, I'm gonna run down to the store.
That was a mistake.
And grab something.
That was a mistake.
And I didn't think that, Oilers star defenseman Darnell Nurse would make such a complete buttfuck of a fumble and just give Cale Makar the puck. I didn't know that would happen, but if I knew that was going to happen, I would have sat in my seat for the extra 10 seconds.
Darren Helm scored a series-winning goal with 5 seconds left on the clock. Your ass should have been in your seat.
My issue with that is, sir, did the Blues win a face-off and then give Helm the puck with 5 seconds left?
Didn't need to. My boy LOC gave the puck to Mr. Helmer. Didn't need to.
Still, I did not think of a face-off.
You made a mistake. The Avs will score whenever they want to.
I sat there and said, all right, it's a face-off. We lose face-offs all the time. They're going to go behind their net and just cower behind the net. We're good. Just
You were
go.
wrong.
And then as I literally get to the escalator, I turn around and look at a TV, and it's just everybody celebrating, and then everybody crying because it's going to be offsides. And then while I was in the store, they're like, it is onside. And I sat there and looked at the TV, and I was like, I don't know what to believe.
Yeah. So, I mean, what it comes down to is if like you're an Oilers fan who's mad about that call, I get it. I do. But the idea that your team let in 8 goals and it's Toronto's fault you lost. No.
I would die in my grave so mad about 2019 Gabe Landeskog's foot being on the ice while trying to open a door. That
Oh
counting
no,
offside.
the rules are stupid.
Yeah, I was like, finally we get one, dude.
We get one. We get an offside call that actually helps us. we finally found a loophole in the rulebook with offsides that helps.
Yeah, so the Avs win the first game 8-6. Never again, please stop. My heart can't take it.
Oh, also, while being at that game, I can tell you one thing. Nobody knew that Francouz got into that net until everybody noticed that there's a right-handed catching glove in net. And then my entire section, all at once, went,
It's Frankie.
why is Frank? No. Everyone's like, why is Frankie in net? And then, like, we all looked at each other, looked back at the ice, and we're like, why are you here? And then he made his first save, and the entire arena started the Frankie chants. And I was like, okay.
Was it one of you guys that I was talking to where I was like, wait. Oh, no, it was Cole. Cole was watching that game.
Oh, Cole was
Weird.
watching that game? Wow, okay.
Okay.
Cole was at a bar with some people
Oh.
who were ignoring him.
Okay.
So he was watching the game on the TV.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, what happened to our goalie? And they were like, he got injured because he thought I was talking. I said the name. I said Darcy, but he didn't realize Mike Smith was like, So there was confusion because right after Mike Smith got pulled.
Yeah, no, I sat there and I was like, okay, Mike Smith's out, Koskinen's in, and the next commercial happened, and then I just looked down and I was like, huh.
That's the only. Yeah, I know. I was like, what? But that's the only other game I've gotten Cole to watch other than that Kings outdoor game, which was the worst hockey I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah, I could see why maybe he waited an entire year and a half to watch another one.
Wait, you
I was
telling
like,
me?
oh shit, this one was fun as hell.
You're telling me that watching Ian Cole murder your goalie with his ass was not great?
No.
Francouz was in that game, guys. Come on.
So Darcy took a couple pucks to the head during play, and I don't know if the injury and his decision to leave the game came as a result of taking 2 pucks to the head and having other shit like flare up, or if like he's been playing. So he said his vision was blurry. He couldn't see the puck.
Nobody thinks the puck thing is the case, by the way.
Okay.
No, a lot of people are like, it has to be his eye injury.
Yeah. So he says the puck is blurry. There's the main reason that might be is because of the eye injury with the stick to the eye that Johansson totally did on purpose, since that's what fan bases do, is just blame people for accidents and shit like that. And Frankie comes in relief, gives up some goals, but is ultimately fine.
See, actually, I have a thing about those. Whenever people say, "Oh, he came in, he did fine," I'm sorry. People act like he let in 3 insanely soft goals. All 3 of those were cross crease hellscape goals, so I can't be mad at him. So whenever somebody sits there and goes like,
"It's fine," he let in 3, but he didn't let in any like bad ones, so like he was fine.
Yeah, no.
You're not. I'm not gonna like sit here and be like Frankie was amazing. All hail Frankie. Until we talk about game 2.
But it's just like, oh yeah, no, he played fine, and it's like, and then he's like, yeah, you got 3 scored on him, and it's like, well, guys, you gotta talk about how the fucking bread was made.
No,
Those are 3 elite ass fucking plays. So you're just like, you can't ask any goalie to save that. You could put fucking Carey Price in net. He's not stopping those 3 fucking pucks.
yeah, and like that's fine. Like that's just fine. Like that's okay. It's all right that he did that. If he let in like 3 bad ones, I'd be like, Frankie played like shit. But as it stands, he was just okay, and he was as good as he needed to be to win.
Sorry, I was more meaning the typical media.
The news media. Ugh. That came out way worse than I wanted it to because my throat is full of garlic chili paste.
Yeah, I was about to say chicken wrap.
Yep. Yeah, the news media.
Game 2 was a 4-0 win that the refs gifted the Avalanche, if you ask Oilers fans.
Now,
Well,
I don't believe that.
I haven't seen a single Oilers fan talking about how Kane elbowed Makar in the face after boarding him.
No, they're on to the real shit, which is Gabriel Landeskog viciously murdering Kyler Yamamoto.
Murderling, let's go.
Yeah.
Murdering.
No, so
Yeah.
actually, as we started the pod, I had that replay playing just because I was like, "How bad was this?" And I looked at it and I was like, "No, he cleans him through the body. Like as soon as Yamamoto touches that puck, he cleans him through the body." Now, do I not like where he's getting hit from? Yeah, kind of. It kind of sucks that you're getting hit from behind, but he just cleans him out. Just takes out his shoulder.
I haven't seen a replay of it since the game, but they showed it a couple times during the game. If I'm not mistaken, he
hits him clean to the shoulder.
He leads him more with his hip and then follows through with the shoulder, and then the head whips back.
The head whips back because he got hit from an awkward angle.
Yeah, and
that is just it.
Yeah, and that shit sucks. But Jacob Trouba's allowed to play hockey and murder 2 people a game. So as long as it's legal murder, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that hit's kind of a nothing burger. Dude is just smaller than Landy and is also down. And Landy does principally hit his shoulder. He's not principally hitting his head.
Yeah.
No.
If Landy was like half a foot further, he would have hit only head, and that would have been what we talk about. But
yeah,
quite literally, it looks like the Kadri play from last year, except for he doesn't miss the body and only clips head. He hits only the body, and the dude's head just whiplashes because it's an awkward fucking angle to get hit from. And also, he probably wasn't expecting to get hit when he literally just barely touched the puck.
That was his first mistake. The Avs will.
No, his first mistake was leaning as far low and forward as he was. My man was like, I'm going to catch this puck, and Landeskog saw him and get in position. He was like, I'm about to lay this poor kid out as soon as he touches that puck.
Yeah.
You know, I think that we have a real important thing to highlight here. Because this isn't the first time these playoffs, with the Avs involved, have had a smaller player getting hit by a much larger player as he was going down with a bad result.
Oh.
And on one of those hits, somebody was saying that the league doesn't care about headshots and shit. And on this other hit, someone's like, "Oh, it's fine. It's a good hit." I think we have some inconsistency to discuss, Dakota.
Well, yeah. Yeah, it's fucking... Also, I have confirmed their coach is a bitch.
Yeah, well, so sorry, I had to fucking take care of a cat real quick. But yeah, I mean, the league doesn't care about headshots. We know this. The league doesn't care. So you can complain about the way that the league does things, and that's fine. But you can't complain about the league being consistent with the dumb shit that it does.
I don't know. The man who's sitting there goes like, they don't care about the headshots yet. I'm going to, during the third, while we're down by 4, and I already know one of my players is a fucking unshackled human being right now. I'm going to keep putting him out there to be an unshackled human being on the ice.
Well, so the refs, sorry, the coach for the Oilers and the Oilers themselves were like complaining about the refs. But like, dude, you just want them to let you go out and elbow people in the face and like tackle people as they pass the puck and start cross-checking them on the ice? Like, come the fuck on, man.
It's just fucking. It's absolutely fucking stupid.
Like, so the coach of the Oilers, Jay Woodcroft, and as a result, Oilers fans got mad that the Avs were given 7 power plays in Game 2, and the Oilers were given 2.
Well,
Which,
all right, hang on. Let's go.
So hold on. So you look at that stat line, 7-2, and you're like, wow, that's a lot. That seems very uneven. Now, what the Edmonton media is doesn't want you to know is that with 10 minutes left to go in the third period, power plays were 3-2 in favor of the Avs. Then they took a too many men on the ice penalty to make it 4-2, and that's an automatic thing that the refs have to call. Then following that, the 2 of the best players for the Edmonton Oilers, Darnell Nurse and Evander Kane, made it abundantly clear that they were done trying to play this hockey game to win, and instead they were going to go out and hurt people. So the refs decided, hey, you guys aren't even going to try to win the game, so we're not going to help you by calling penalties on the other team. And it ended with 7-2.
And one of the. Well, I think your 7-2 needs to be 7-3 because Bo Byram got a penalty for
That's not a power play though. That's just penalty minutes.
Yeah.
I, for one, cannot believe that you just said that Darnell Nurse is one of their best players.
Allegedly.
Well, he's supposed to be their top defenseman, but he looks like he's their top liability.
The stats are not favorable to him.
No, not at all.
He's been their worst performing player, not just D-man.
I was about to say, like, didn't I see like a stat line where Tyson Barrie was their most like effective defenseman?
Yes, which is a problem. As somebody who loves Tyson Barrie, I understand that defense is not what Tyson Barrie does. So if he's your best defenseman on defense, fucking yikes.
Dude, Tyson Barrie hates JT Compher, by the way.
Oh during game 1, just constantly cross-checked him in front of the net, and I was like, Barrie, stop cross-checking JT.
He didn't do it to anyone else. He didn't. Nobody else. Just him.
I'm just like, do you guys actually like? Did you all have a hate boner? Did like JT say something to you on like the last few days? Like, what's going on here, bud?
JT gets under people's skin. That's one of his roles in the team.
Unless JT like sent him a text message before the game started, and then like Barry was like, "Okay, fuck you. I want to make my role where I just fuck with you all series."
But yeah, man, like the penalties were 3-2. I'd argue that like there was a lot of stupid shit going on that the Oilers were doing that could have been called, like fucking Duncan Keith tripping Nathan McKinnon after the whistle. Fucking Leon Draisaitl just cross-checking and tackling people all over the fucking place.
Oh, we forgot to mention, game 1, McDavid should have been in the box for the last 2 minutes of that fucking game.
Yeah, just cross-checking everybody in front of the net before it
literally cross-checks his colleague onto the ice, and then proceeds to straddle over him and cross-checks him 3 more fucking times as the puck is still in the zone getting played by another Oilers player. And I'm sitting there going like, ref, please.
Yeah.
I understand you all have the Wayne Gretzky glasses on right now, but for the love of God, call the penalty on their new Wayne Gretzky.
Dude, please. I hate Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
Like, I guess he's gonna have the bias for his old team or whatever.
Yeah.
But holy fuck, dude, I
have not seen any broadcasting whatsoever. I haven't like sought out any of it. I just heard that TNT has sucked.
You would be angry because it's always like, man, the Avalanche are up 4-0 in this game. What is it that the Oilers are doing wrong? How could they improve this? Like, yeah, the Oilers are making these mistakes. Man, sucks to be the Oilers.
Here's my answer. Get McDavid away from a car and Taves. Oh wait, you did that. And it still failed. I don't know. Fucking maybe stop playing like a bunch of fucking hooligans and go actually play a game, and maybe tell Darnell Nurse to sit the fuck down. Because Jesus, he is fucking you guys over so hard.
He needs to be a lot better than he's been.
Because isn't he part of the? Didn't he give up 2 giveaways for the first 2 goals in that second game? Like, wasn't he part of that?
I believe so.
Because I think they kept him on the ice for the second goal. I know he most definitely fucked up the first one because Lehkonen pressures him and then he just throws it wildly up the boards, and then Kadri and Lehkonen work together to get that goal. Or sorry, Miko gets it up to Kadri, but yeah. It's fucking, I don't know. Like, I can believe the Oilers will both definitely, probably should play better in Game 3, especially with the arena, and especially if their coach gets to hardcore choose where McDavid and Draisaitl get used at against the Avs. But again, he
I was
started
gonna
cheating.
say last change is gonna be huge for them, but that's the thing we need to weather.
So here's my thing.
Well,
Bednar went out of his way to match the top line and the fourth line against Connor McDavid's line.
Yes, I know.
He went out of his way to make sure that Bowen Byram could hold his own against Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid.
Oh, and yeah, I was about to say, Bo looked great against those two. He did a perfect job of just going like, all right, you just need to stay in front of them, and then when you get a chance to poke check them, you poke check them.
They rely so heavily on McDavid and Draisaitl. They get so much ice time. They are going to have to take those unfavorable matchups, even if they have last change.
Well, to be fair, I thought during Game 2, because I did see, like, the fourth line playing against McDavid, and I originally thought that was because McDavid was just getting Blednard style and was just being thrown in whenever he had 20 seconds of rest.
No, Bednar was just like, yo, Helm, you think you can do it? And then they did.
So you can have as much confidence as you want here. We're playing Jack Johnson.
Yes.
Yeah, Jack Johnson. And
he's going to get targeted down by them.
Yes, no, definitely.
With last change. So.
I'm not saying that this is going to be easy Avalanche by any means, right? I'm like, the Avalanche could go into Edmonton and lose both games. And it wouldn't surprise me. Because it is a good Oilers team. I just feel a lot more confident.
Not get hasty here.
I just feel a lot more confident in the Avalanche's ability to match Edmonton's strengths than I had going into the series because they've kind of shown it, right?
I mean, I feel like you should have known already.
Well,
to be honest,
you don't know when teams get into playoff mode, right?
Yeah, but I mean, from an on-paper perspective, like the level of how outmatched they are is ridiculous. The only thing you're worried about is McDavid, Draisaitl, and Kane. Like,
yeah, who is going to get himself suspended this series? I guarantee it. If the Avalanche go in and they make it really hard on the Oilers starting off, and they go down quick, and Kane loses his cool, and they're facing like a 3-0 deficit against the Avs, he's going to do something stupid and he's going to get kicked out of the series.
I mean, maybe not, right? But he could also just go score 1 billion fucking goals. He's been crazy.
Yeah. Actually, the person I would say has a higher chance of doing something stupid and getting kicked out is Darnell Nurse.
True. I mean, I guess he's not doing much else this series.
Well, he got kicked. He got suspended for a game against the Kings for headbutting a guy in a game that they were getting fucking dummied on. He did that dumbass cross check at the end of Game 2. Again, got dummied in general during those first 2 games. I can see him doing something stupid because he has to know he is getting worked.
Yeah. Something that interests me is that I think Yamamoto's out for the next game, right?
I think that is mostly confirmed. Yeah. Because I'm pretty sure that he got a concussion from that hit.
Because with him out, their depth looks worse than it already was.
Well, I was about to say, yeah, their depth is just Cassian down there, who we all know is just there to be a goon.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you can call him depth.
Well, yeah, again, he's not there to play well. He's just there to be your basically your McDermott, but I don't even know if he's that good at being a deterrent because people don't mind fucking with Cassian. Like, I don't know. Whenever I hear Cassian, I go like, oh, that's just annoying fuck. That's all I think of. He's just annoying. It's not like McDermott where you sit there and go like, that guy might actually break my body.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I like
Yeah, Cassian spends most of his time throwing dirty hits and stuff instead of like fights.
Listen.
Okay, so he's just a bad Marchand.
He got fined for pulling Bo's helmet off. While
he got 2,500.
2,500.
And no, Andy, he's not a Brad Marchand because Brad Marchand is really fucking good at hockey.
No, I said a bad Marchand.
Oh, bad Marchand. Okay.
Bad Marchand. Hold up.
No, Brad Marchand will be a fucking pest and then put 3 fucking pucks into your net and you just sit there and go like, fuck.
Makes you way more mad.
You're like, God, he can't keep getting away with this.
Just victimizes you.
But yeah, I like the Avs' chances.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling like... Sorry, I keep cutting it right when you do.
Go, bitch.
I was talking about this with the DNVR Discord.
Yeah.
And I was just saying that I feel like weirdly emotionally complacent about the series so far.
Yeah.
Like, I don't necessarily feel good about how some of this stuff is gone, especially that first game. But like, this team just, I don't feel worry playing them. And they could easily change that, but
I think up till the third period push that the Oilers had, I was very happy with game 1. I feel like the Avalanche do this thing where the Oilers get possession in their defensive zone. And they're like, cool, we're going to break it out. And the Avs are like, no, you're not. Like, good luck. You're stuck. You're fucking stuck in here with me. You're not getting out. And they've frustrated the Oilers for extended periods of time during the series. And I've really liked the way that that's looked.
But you see it happen, though. Like, you see... McDavid almost scores, like, regularly in this series. Like, there have been plenty of times where he's fucking, like a shark, sniffing some blood, and is like, all right, I'm going to go score here, and then someone does some shit. Gotta say, Josh Manson in front of the net, clearing pucks and shit. Aces.
Dude.
Been so good.
Cale Makar, all-world poke checker.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, no. So, fucking every time I hear someone go like, well, yeah, so you sit there and you have the world's fastest human being on offense, and then you have the world's best defenseman who's back skating and is keeping up with this man, and you sit there and go like, fuck.
So I've actually been getting... I was listening to, not 32 Thoughts, but I was listening to the Jeff Merrick show.
Yeah.
And I don't listen to every episode of it because it's literally his 4-hour radio show every day, just uploaded in chunks. And thank God he uploads it in chunks because, you know, good Lord. But he was talking to Friedman, and it wasn't actually Merrick. It was a stand-in for Merrick because Merrick was doing some other shit. So it's his like secondary host.
Yeah.
Was talking to Friedman, and they were talking about the Hart, and Friedman was like, you know, I think I'm a little late to the party on this Cale Makar shit. I think that he had a real strong case for the Hart, and I feel like maybe I should have paid more attention throughout the season. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, no, it's really annoying that people just sit there and go like, oh yeah, I totally forgot that there's a fucking guy who's over here who's doing world beater shit over here.
Like, I'm not going to sit here and say you need to know everything about every team, but I feel like you should know one of the top 4 players of
Their position.
one of the top 2 teams in the league. You know what I mean? Not even position. Like, yes, of course, position, but
yeah.
He's like, yeah, I just hadn't really cut in until I started watching them a ton, and it's like, dude, you have to pay more attention to one of the top teams in the league to do your job properly. Like,
yeah. Well, and he's even one of the people who is like already kind of like flipped the script where he's like, yeah, no, Cale Makar is just the best defenseman in the league. Like, does not matter. He will say it, and it's just like, you could have identified that like a month into the season, dude.
Yeah, and you know, we're talking about how good Taves is and stuff, and it's like, so our dudes are gonna get blown out of the water because like one of the chief people in national media, like, just didn't pay enough attention. That's not that cool.
Yeah.
But that probably just tells you that the entire East was just like, nope.
Yeah.
Not paying attention to that series or that team whatsoever, and it's fucking. You know,
well, that's the thing.
Fun.
Complaining about it because I was saying that was like people are like, "Yep, the Avs are good," and then move on.
Yeah.
In like any discussion, yep, the Avs are good. Anyway, let's talk about
where
Jack Hughes or some shit.
I feel like I didn't get that vibe when Tampa was a world beater. I felt like a lot of the conversation around the league started somewhere and ended with, hey, Tampa's a world beater, aren't they? And
yeah, they would have actual discussions about like the lines and the players and dynamics of the team, and you just don't get that for the Avs.
No.
Like, maybe the Avs don't have that characteristic third line, right?
I mean, if he keeps it up during these playoffs, JT Compher might make them.
I understand, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's not the conversation we're having, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Sure.
Like, I understand there's not like, you know, defined stuff, and it's really easy to focus on our type on talent. But you listen to a conversation about how they lost that line, and it's a 15-minute conversation about how effective that line was and exactly what they did. And furthermore, how that line matched up in playoff series and like won them series. The discussions would always veer that way. With the Avs, it's like, yep, they're good. Let's go talk about Buffalo.
My fucking issue. But my main issue that like during this year is listening to literally everything. Would be like, yeah, they're good, and there's like, but there's skill high octane team. Like, you know, all their games are gonna go they're gonna go high scoring games, and it's like, no, guys, if you actually pay attention, we also have a really good defense.
Yeah,
and you know,
we've grinded out a ton of wins.
And I was about to say, and when Kemper was healthy, he didn't have a fucking half an eye. He was also really good in the pipes. And then again, Francouz is a decent goalie. He lets in some fucking weird ass goals every once in a while, but that's what you expect out of your backup sometimes. Shit happens.
See, that's where I'll give Wyshynski some credit, because at least he was like, yeah, the team has no narratives. They're boring. They're bland. Because everybody thought he meant the way they play is bland.
No. I knew
the story around the
narratives.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like, everybody's just like, you know, we'd beat a team like 10-0, and everyone would go to his mentions and be like, see, bland, huh? It's like, well, yeah, okay. A good team doesn't mean an interesting team necessarily.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, fuck you, Wish. You're a bitch. STFU. Rip Bozo. But, you know, I at least I can respect one for being like, yeah, I don't pay that much attention to them because there's no story for them that is that interesting. That's fine. I can respect that. That's a thought I've had myself. Is that, wow, the Avs really don't have that much to say. Like, there's not that much to say about the Avs outside of the hockey. You don't get a lot of drama or anything.
Yeah.
Not saying I necessarily want it, but
they just don't publicize any of that shit.
The only thing you could say story wise is like, oh, Nathan McKinnon makes sure that all the sweets are out of the locker room.
Yeah.
Most of it is just memes about that.
Yeah, and it's literally just small shit, and you just sit there and go like, okay, that's funny for a week, and then everybody fucking forgets about it.
Yeah.
But it's not fucking St. Louis Blues where you every day they're like, yeah, well, so this is what Bennington said, or this is what Bennington's doing. Hey, remember when Bennington attempted to fight somebody but didn't fight somebody?
Part of what I think contributes to the Avs' success, right, is that you can be like upset that like they are very much a cookie cutter, like keep your head down, don't talk about yourself, don't make noise kind of team. But they're not letting shit get to them the same way that the Blues did when like any little thing happens. The Blues are out there just like talking shit.
Yeah, I mean, double-edged sword though. Like, the Blues just as well utilize that stuff to win a cup, right? So it's just like depends on how you handle it. But I agree the team is more resilient this year.
Yeah,
and that it's benefiting them.
I mean, I'm sure Cale Makar should get the Hart Trophy because I'm sure that one of the reasons that the team is so resilient is that Cale Makar used his psychology degree to get them to not beat themselves up. That's the narrative I'm going with, right? This is the team story that I will be moving on with, is that Cale Makar is actually the entire team's therapist, and he has willed them to a Stanley Cup conference final appearance. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
I zoned out there.
Fuck Draisaitl.
Boo, boo, you suck.
That's the show, everybody. Thanks for joining in.
What were you saying? I just
right.
lost it. I don't know, man. I've been in hyper not thinking about the hockey mode. Not in terms of like I'm ignoring hockey, but I am not paying attention to the games in the way I normally do. I'm letting the hockey happen to my eyes.
Yeah.
Because, this is do or die, right? Put up or shut up.
Yep.
And it's hard for me to sit here and dissect sometimes when I'm just like getting overwhelmed by the happenings. Does that make sense?
Well, I can assure you the Avs are playing good.
I mean, I know they are, and I know it's like JT does this, and then Miko sucked a bunch, and then Snipe, and I get like all that stuff, but sometimes I'm just like, we won.
It's just
Actually,
too emotionally arresting in the moment to
Yeah.
think about.
Especially in a game like Game 1, where you're like,
Yeah.
they're up, but we know that this team can come back, and then they start to come back, and you're like, oh,
Yeah,
shit.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's just like it's hard for me to sit there and be like, Darcy's at fault here. This person's at fault here. JJ's at fault for 4 of these. Like, I recognize it later, but.
Well, yeah, I was about to say, like, while a game is happening, the only things that like I can nitpick out of the moment is whenever there's just like a big fucking turnover.
Yeah.
But that's about it. Like whenever it's like, oh, this guy blew this defensive coverage, I don't realize that during the fucking play. I just realize the fucking puck's in the goddamn net, and I'm sitting there going like, what the fuck? And then the replay comes by, and I sit there and go like, oh, well, fucking no wonder why it's in the back of our net, because this fucking happened.
How are you feeling about the hockey, Dev?
Fucking good. Good as shit hockey. Like, I've been really enjoying just watching the games. I probably said that a fuck ton last time, but it's been like a significant difference to what I am used to, so I'm just going to keep pointing it out.
Just everything's more intense, right? Like we're deeper.
Yeah.
We're deeper
That's
into
playoff
these
hockey.
things. People care more.
Yeah. I'm definitely more emotionally invested for sure.
Yeah.
I've decided fuck playoff hockey though.
Plus, like, everybody in the house has been getting into it too, and get to watch with a group and like have snacks and shit. Been good time.
The like in-house social aspect of like watching playoff hockey is definitely something that I get super into as well.
Yeah. Plus, I get to talk about it with you guys on the Discord while it's happening, and
Yeah.
it's just been an exciting time, and man, I'm going to hate every team in the league after this, but it's been it's been it's at least been making it more interesting to watch. Just seeing these, just watching our boys floor these assholes.
I think you could go back to the very first episode we ever did and find me saying, I hate every team.
To a certain extent, I'm glad that I am starting to hate everybody, because that means I'm going to start keeping tabs and have a greater understanding of the league in a macro sense.
Just
Your name
you're
is
just
on the
looking at the
fucking list.
scores, and you're like, the Blues won 3-2 in overtime tonight against the fucking Dallas Stars, and you're just like, man, what the fuck? God damn it!
Yeah, now I have a stake in a lot more of these fights.
Can't believe the Coyotes gave up 5 to the fucking Oilers.
See, I can only hate the Coyotes as a meme, mainly because 1, that team is funny, and 2,
They are a meme.
they are in the meme.
Listen,
And 2, it's just because Nathan McKinnon every year finds the one guy who he needs to beat the shit out of.
Dude, I
on
love
that team. It's always a different person. It's never the same person twice.
I know. Listen, you're gonna pay $400 to get an Arizona Coyotes ticket to watch Nathan McKinnon beat up like Nick Schmaltz or somebody.
Nah. I'll pay $400 for a ticket to send Eric's ass down there. enjoy your fucking favorite NHL team in your favorite college arena, bitch.
Dude. So we were joking about how we were gonna get our godfather Eric a Coyotes jersey, and we met up with him the next day, and he was wearing an Arizona State University shirt. And I was like, "Oh, you already have the gear." You're already hooked up, buddy.
You're already repping your team, man.
That shit's good. Hockey's good. Hockey's sick. When it starts not being sick, I'm gonna want to crawl into a ball and die. But for now, it's good.
We really worked through some rough years there,
Dude,
as fans.
fuck.
And after all this, I feel like I'd have a much harder time, being okay with that.
I don't want to go back to 16, 17 ever again.
I mean, I don't think that's going to happen, knock on wood, but, we're going to have a lot of mediocre years at some point in the future, and it's going to be like, man, remember when we were tight?
I don't want that. I
We're
want
going to have to
Well, here
shift
it
back
comes.
into enjoying our prospects.
Well, so here's the thing with that, right? Is that as long as management and the team has a direction and a purpose, right?
Yeah, I mean, ideally, it doesn't take 20 years, right?
Well, so you get a deep run like this. No matter how this season ends up, I'm happy with how good the team has done. They've slain a demon.
Slayed the dragon
in round 2. They beat the Blues to do it in a very emotional way. If they lose this series or if they lose in the Cup final, I will be very fucking sad. But this will be a season to remember no matter what, right? And going forward, if we have mediocre seasons where, they're just not playoff contenders, it just means that it is building to another one of these kind of years eventually.
Hopefully.
And that's what you look forward to as a fan. That's why people still like the Buffalo Sabres for some reason. Right?
No. People like Buffalo Sabres because they live in Buffalo.
and they're waiting for another savior to bring them back to relevancy.
No, they already got their savior.
Eric Holla.
No. Alex Tuck, bud. That man was traded to that team, and that team immediately was like, alright, cool.
Dude,
We're suddenly a lot better for no reason.
Be Alex Tuck and Tage Thompson. They're like, we're the best line in the league. Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl wish.
Like, oh my god! Like as soon as like Tuck was like, "All right, I'm healthy, ready to go," and I like looked at the Sabres and I was like, "Oh, look at them! They're winning games again. Good for you, boys." It's like you're gonna miss the playoffs again, but you guys all have good potential.
See, but that's where the qualifying statement that I made about like, as long as management is cool and they're like working towards a goal, then it'll be fine. Because the Buffalo Sabres are like one of the ultimate cautionary tales about like what happens when management and ownership don't give a single fuck.
Yeah,
That's not true.
ownership didn't give a single fuck.
Ownership gave too much of a fuck. They took the Jack Eichel ship personally and fucked him over. That's the whole thing.
So was it ownership telling him not to have the surgery then?
Yeah, it was both. That shit was
It was
fucked
the
up.
team and ownership. And then when Jack was like, "Well, fine, trade me to somebody who will give me the surgery," they put out a statement about how like they felt betrayed and shit.
Yeah, specifically the Pagulas were like butthurt about it.
I can't
The-
believe
okay.
they would betray us like this.
I would sit there and be like, I can't believe you guys can't even honor your alumni properly. Shut the fuck up, get out of here.
Chinese knockoff jerseys, buddy. For all
Don't
the
even
world
spell your
teams.
fucking players' fucking names right. Get the fuck out of here.
We should show Dylan and Devin the Dwayne from Buffalo call
Yeah,
after the show. Cause my god,
that is the greatest call of all times. I feel bad for that man, but I'm also proud that that man got that call through, and then the entire hockey world sat there and watched that and was like, "Oh,
like Dwayne from Buffalo makes a lot of sense. We are all Dwayne from Buffalo."
well." They all like that entire franchise was like, all that fan base was like, "Oh, we're all just this guy." Like, fuck you guys, get out of here. Sick and tired of this team being complete ass for no reason.
Yeah. Hockey's sick. If you don't like hockey, you should.
Fake news.
And fuck Leon Draisaitl.
Shit, my fucking coworker has been like more interested in hockey.
Yeah.
One, because they can actually watch it because it's playoffs and altitude is fucking, you know, no longer an issue. Because they're a big Nuggets fan, but they're like, oh, like they're like, well, the Nuggets got knocked out, but the Avalanche are doing good. And they're like watching the games, and every time I would go into work afterwards, he'd be like, so how would you think about this? And I was like, I would explain, and they're just like, all right, cool.
Tell him about our new sponsor, Evoca TV.
You know what? I will tell them about Vodka TV because I like.
By the way, Evoca TV. I just said you're our sponsor, so you have to honor that now.
You have to.
We accept Bitcoin, but not really.
I'll accept my payment of 2 cents, please. Please, thank you.
This podcast brought to you by Raid Shadow Legends.
I caught wind of how much Raid gives you.
Yeah.
It is a lot of money. I see why
Really?
everybody is. Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Why did? Okay,
Some dude,
so they give.
one guy
they
said
give...
he was offered like 3K.
Dude.
Okay, yeah,
Listen,
you know what? I'm a sellout.
guys, if Raid Shadow Legends reaches out to us, I'm going to say yes.
Yeah,
Yep,
I don't
same.
blame you.
I will
Okay.
fucking shell for them.
Catch me getting paid 3K for Raid Shadow Legends.
all of us have to have a part in the read, so we all get money.
Dude, we
So
just
to stream us all in a party playing fucking Raid Shadow Legends.
we just make a skit about it. I'm sure we could workshop something.
Yeah. So anyway, the sponsorship, right? You're gonna...
No.
Come on, please.
We refuse to sell out for anybody, despite what we just said.
See, actually, the person we sponsor is at Enemy as leaders.
Ah,
who we-
yes.
SpawnCon.
Before we do that, did you guys see that Street Fighter shit?
Yeah.
We're going way too far
After
off
they
the rails.
No.
Hey, this is our bonus time. We can eat my ass.
This is not bonus time. This is on the clock.
This is on the clock, bitch.
Continue though.
Anyway, as I was saying, after fumbling Street Fighter V pretty badly, it seems like they fucking made it what seems like it might be a cool game.
Yeah. I've liked what I've seen of it.
Yeah, they fixed the logo.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I've been in
The
Discords
most
where
important part,
the
right?
entire roster leaked, etc.
Ah.
Well.
So, I kind of know what's going on with that game.
I'm
That's
excited
pretty
for
cool.
the DLC character Jacob Truba, who only hits people in the head.
Oh.
Through the shoulder first, of course.
Shut the fuck up.
My man just has murdered so many people.
You've murdered another person today.
Yeah, I did hear that, and I sat there and I was like, "Oh, there's your series murder."
Every other game, he's out there fucking hitting some dude in the head.
Yeah, I find myself wondering why they look so hard at him and never why they look so hard at Naz and never like Truba.
Well, there's the only other suspension in the playoffs so far is against Starter Nurse, and you sit there and go like,
Well, and Kyle Clifford.
Yeah.
He earned that one though. Pretty.
He earned that one
He earned
very
that
well.
one very. He earned that one the hard way.
Who did he?
Muchly, as a wise man once said.
Very
who
many
did-
earn.
Who did he murder? Because he quite literally murdered somebody. I don't remember who it
He
was.
murdered a lightning man, and that's all I remember.
Mm.
Man, remember round 1? That was like a month ago.
No, I actually don't remember round 1. It went by so fast.
Well, I mean, for us, because Sweep City, baby. So yeah, man. Hockey's sick. People should like hockey. People should like the
Disagree.
Avalanche. That's what we're here for.
It's true.
I've got a question for all of you people listening out there. Do you like the Avalanche? Yes or no? If the answer is no, then the answer is actually yes. Okay?
Oh,
From
that
now
makes
on.
sense.
And
Who?
if the answer is yes, you're doing it right.
That's right. At Anime as Leaders.
This
Yep.
podcast
Go
sponsored
ahead
by
and-
the Colorado Avalanche.
Well,
In conjunction with Raid Shadow Legends. Join now and get a free Nathan McKinnon.
Okay,
Oh.
so before Raid actually hears our podcast one day, I just gotta say that game is like gotcha without the booba, and what is even the point?
True.
Oh no. Now they're gonna go through everything and they're gonna find this and then they're gonna be like, wait a minute here.
Maybe they could get booba.
Okay.
Maybe they should hire you as a consultant and then
Just
sponsor
with,
the show.
I was gonna say we're
I
to
would
approach us
welcome
with an offer, and then be like, okay, counter offer, add boobs, and then we'll shill your product.
Add
yeah,
Pooba.
just add boobs.
We'll do it like we did fucking DVD. Apparently, just add sex. Do it.
True.
Damn.
True. Do y'all have any heavy hitting hockey stuff you want to talk about?
Who?
No, not really.
The hockey's
sure, yeah.
good.
No, I think we talked about everything.
We talked about everything we actually give a fuck about.
Oh yeah, fuck Bennington.
It's
Oh,
just
yeah,
hockey.
his
It's
his
just hockey.
his God-given, opportunity.
A
Yeah.
God-given opportunity.
God-given opportunity to throw a
what a
water
fucking-
bottle at Nazem Gadri. That's what hockey is. That's why you see people throw water bottles all the time in hockey when the hockey's not being played.
The wise man once said, "That's hockey, baby."
Okay, cool. I don't give a shit that you throw a water bottle, but they call it a God-given opportunity, and that's hockey. I sat there and was just like, oh my god, dude. Like, yeah, cool. You're a psychopath, but get the.
See, it's not the fact that he
Yeah.
threw a water bottle that makes people hate Jordan Bennington. It's just one of those things that contributes to the legend of why everybody hates Jordan Bennington. It's just like, you act like a bitch. You do all this dumb shit. You fucking swing your stick at Kadri's head. You, like, fake punch at people as you're walking by them. And then you throw a water bottle. For no reason.
Jared, did you just call Eric Carlson people?
Should I refer to him as a cyborg because he's got the cyborg foot?
That was the joke.
Well, he swung at Carlson fake punch Carlson and fuck, who was the goalie at the goalie was Dubnyk at the time, yeah. So he fake punched Dubnyk and Carlson.
That was a mistake. Dubnyk would have actually fought him.
The thing is, Dubnyk was trying to go up to fight him. And some other player got in the way.
That's right.
Also, I forgot that Dubnyk was on our team, and I really wish we won the cup last year.
Dude.
Just to have his name on that fucking cup as an Avalanche. I'm very fucking upset.
I used to hate Dubnyk, but with some time, I can say
I still hate Dubnyk.
He's aight. It's okay. It's okay. If
To be
you
fair,
follow the show,
That's
you can
right.
sure-
At Anime as Leaders.
So
At Anime as Leaders.
Oh Jesus!
No. I'm signing this out now.
okay.
Oh,
Sign us off. Do the whole thing.
I didn't think you would give up that easily. Go ahead.
If you didn't think Dakota
Oh my
would give
God.
up that easily, you don't know Dakota.
Damn.
I can't believe that you wouldn't continue with me calling your bluff. So anyways, if you want to follow the show, you can do so on Twitter at GritHockeyCast. If you want to follow me on Twitter personally, that is at
You don't,
Kumodere.
I can assure you.
True, but it's at KUMODERE. That's Kumodere. If you want to follow Jake on Twitter, it's easy. You've heard it a million times. You'll hear it a million more.
That's right. It's at Gundam as Booba.
Og? Well, that's a Twitter I want to follow.
but like your alter ego account, your Wario account.
I'll have
I
you know,
see.
I finished an entire Gundam over the course of the show. It was the small Persona crossover one, but I finished it.
Sick.
Literally just now.
Boo.
Congratulations.
That's right, at
Well,
Anime
anyways,
Leaders.
At Anime as Leaders.
No, I'm doing it.
Trevor
That's right.
Sternad forever.
I'm doing it. Okay? At Anime as Leaders.
Okay, you have a 10-second window to finish this up.
We're done.
Or
Bye.
another host will have met his fate.
Thanks for hanging out. Y'all are awesome. We'll talk to you later. Go Avs. Fuck Leon Draisaitl.
Go Rags.
True. Go Avs.
Go Avs.
Go Avs. Hail Satan.